Odd Taxi is about this guy who is a walrus and he is also a taxi driver. That is the premise of this anime. So how did they stretch it out to 13 episodes? When you're a taxi driver, a lot of different people get into your taxi and tell you information that you probably shouldn't know in assumption that they will never see you again. So while Urakawa, the walrus, is the person who connects these different characters throughout the series, the different characters are fleshed out by themselves. Slowly throughout the series, we are introduced to so many different characters that are so fleshed out for a 13 episode anime. This anime starts very slow. They're introducing you to the characters. They're letting you get comfortable with the world only to interconnect everything at the end of the show. And by everything, I mean everything. There is not a single detail in this entire show that you can skip by. Everything matters. If Urakawa is walking down the sidewalk and he picks up a penny, you better remember that. And as a matter of fact, try to find out why he did it, because there are many overarching mysteries throughout this show that you as a viewer are expected to try to solve right alongside the main cast. Not only do you need to pay attention to all the details that happen throughout this show, but you definitely need to pay attention to the dialogue, because despite the fact this show is pretty slowly paced and doesn't really pick up until near the end, every single word that is said by every character is absolutely integral to the story. They're so efficient with giving you information through the dialogue that they have even cut out the gaps in between responses to kind of make it simulate human speech a little better. I promise you, once you finish this show, you will look back on everything it had to offer and you will realize not a single stone was left unturned. Unfortunately, however, I feel like a lot of people are profiling this anime and choosing not to watch it because of all the main characters being animals. And I completely understand this, as people don't want to get mixed up in some furry nonsense, but I promise you the animals have nothing to do with the story. It's just an animation style. And if you can overlook this animation decision, you can appreciate this animation for what it actually is, and it is beautiful. It kind of looks hand-drawn with crayon. The backgrounds in this show reminds me of vintage cel-shaded animation in the sense that they paid a lot of attention to making sure every detail made sense. In the detailed warm drawings mixed with the stylistic choice of making the characters animals combined with the soundtrack that fits absolutely perfectly makes this one of the more charming pieces of media I have seen in terms of aesthetics. And aesthetics is a great word to describe why I think this anime is so great, but an even better word would be vibes. The whole atmosphere is amazing. The conversations are fluid and crisp. The comedy is funny. Everything about this show just screams great vibes. I personally am not a huge fan of the mystery genre. I would much rather watch a sports anime than mystery. However, out of all the mystery anime I've watched, this is by far the best, and I would even argue that this is the perfect mystery anime. I'm sure people who like mystery anime get tired of stones that are left unturned. Small details that were introduced into the plot earlier in the story and then completely abandoned. This show has none of that. Every single thing happens for a reason. I say this many times throughout this video because it is the truth. Watch this anime. It's 13 episodes. You can get it done in about 4 hours, and then come back to this video and let me know what you thought. Leave a like on the video if you enjoyed, and I will see you later.